What's up guys, welcome to today's video. So I am less than a week out from my Summer Shred finale, and I thought I'd cover a topic that a lot of people get wrong when they're trying to lose weight, when they're trying to lose body fat. So really the only surefire way of lowering your body fat percentage and losing weight is to be in a caloric deficit. And what that means is that your body, needs a certain amount of calories to maintain the weight that you're at. So being in a deficit is eating less calories than your body needs to maintain its weight. So therefore it's going to need, energy from a different source than what you're putting into your body. So it's going to pull from the fat and a little bit from the muscle to, fuel it, which is going to help you lower your body fat. You can lift as many weights as you want, you can do as much cardio as you want, but if your diet's not on point and you're not in a caloric deficit, you're not going to lose weight and you're not going to lose body fat. So over the last 3 months of this prep, I've really focused on being in a deficit the entire time, slowly lowering my calories, maybe 100 to 200 every few weeks when I stop seeing progress in my weight loss. You can only lower your calories so much before your body goes into starvation mode, so that's when I had to add in a little bit of cardio each week slowly to aid in the deficit. Because if you're burning 200 to 300 calories on a treadmill or through cardio, that's 200 or 300 calories less that you technically took in from food that day. That's another way to add to your caloric deficit. So one of the biggest challenges about being in a caloric deficit is that you're gonna be hungry all the time because you're not eating as much food. Your body's gonna be craving food, it's gonna be craving things that you're not eating. So in today's video, I really wanna show you guys some ways to combat that hunger and to stay in a caloric deficit, whether that be through high volume foods or low calorie substitutes to original high calorie foods. So before we get into this video, if you guys want to hit that subscribe button for some awesome content, I would really appreciate that. But let's first start out with some high volume foods. So hopefully you guys like veggies, because veggies are the best way to add volume to any meal. Spinach or any kind of leafy greens are really going to add a ton of volume to your meal. I even put spinach in my eggs in the morning because it just fluffs it right up. I got a big plate of eggs with some green peppers, some spinach, maybe some onion if I have it, and that just adds a ton of volume. It looks like a massive plate of food, but it's really only like 250 calories because spinach is about 10 calories for a giant handful. And broccoli is also good. Any green veggie is gonna add volume to your meals. Another way to add a little bit of volume is to eat fruits. Berries are really good because they're low calorie, but they also don't have too many carbs in them. Which means they're going to be a little lower calorie. So moving on to some other high volume foods, I got some white basmati rice. Another carb source that's really high volume is oatmeal. I have Hy-Vee thick rolled oats. And I get this kind because it's actually only 100 calories per half cup. A lot of other brands out there like Quaker, I have some Quaker oats in the cupboard, and that's actually 150 calories for the same amount of oats. So there's a little less carbs in the rolled oats as well, so it's a better option to eat, and you can eat the same amount and still be full without taking in as many calories. So now I want to go over some low calorie substitutes that you can exchange for some of the higher calorie foods that you might not know have lower substitutes. So first off is something that I wish I would have found sooner into my prep. I only first started using this about a week and a half ago, but this stuff is freaking gold. It's powdered peanut butter, only 45 calories, 1.5 grams of fat, 5 grams of protein, and 5 carbs. Normally, peanut butter, the normal spread peanut butter is like 15 grams of fat. So only having this 1.5, all you have to do is add your powder and then add water and mix it. This is a game changer. Another thing that's pretty cool is this 0 calorie pancake syrup. There's 0 fat, 0 carbs, 0 protein, and 0 calories. So it's pretty much like you're not eating it, but it tastes like maple syrup and it smells like maple syrup. So I put it on, if I'm making protein pancakes, I'll put it on there, or if I have oatmeal, I'll put it in there as well a little bit. It tastes really good. Another thing that's been really helpful the last couple of weeks is drinking a cup of coffee in the morning. So caffeine is actually a natural appetite suppressant. So having a cup of coffee with a little bit of caffeine is going to, make you less hungry throughout the day, especially when you're getting those cravings from not eating a lot. So find a coffee that you actually like. I get the Starbucks caramel flavored. It's flavored coffee, but it doesn't have any more calories or carbs than any of the other normal coffee flavors. Coffee is only like 5 to 20 calories. It's really non-existent, so I think it's a really good thing to drink, especially because of how much it suppresses your appetite throughout the day. Another thing, because when you're trying to lose weight, you gotta be drinking a lot of water, because water keeps you full longer. you get really bored of water. I do anyway. So I'll have my meal water. So I'm not just drinking straight water all the time. I won't have a ton of this every day, but I'll have a little bit just to add some flavor to my water and make me enjoy drinking it more, because water can get really boring when you're drinking a gallon a day or more. And this is a great substitute to like Gatorade or Powerade or juice, because you don't want to be drinking a lot of your calories. That's a mistake a lot of people make and they don't realize they're making. So one of the most deceptive drinks out there is actually those naked drinks. They say, oh, there's fruit in them and there's veggies in them. So you look at the nutrition label and there's like 300 and some calories, there's a ton of carbs, a ton of sugar. So then you realize you just drank a ton of your macros for the day and you only get a certain amount, so you don't want to waste them on things that aren't going to fill you up. And another low calorie thing, this is just a little side tip that I use pretty much whenever I'm cooking, is 0 calorie cooking spray. This is just a really easy substitute, because if you use olive oil when you're cooking, that's got at least 12 to 15 grams of fat per 2 tablespoons. So if you spray this instead of dumping a bunch of that in your pan, you're going to save a lot of fat and a lot of calories. This is also 0 calories, so it's just something to keep in mind when you're cooking all your meals. So just to recap, just make sure you're eating a lot of high volume foods, whether that be veggies, fruit, oatmeal, rice, bread. Keep watching the nutrition labels and make sure they're low calorie. Find things that are 0 calorie, but make sure they're not super unhealthy to get to those 0 calories. If you're gonna drink sweet things like juice or soda, or Powerade, make sure you find the 0 calorie options, because you don't want to be wasting all your calories and your macros on drinks. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And the next video that I'm going to post is actually going to be my transformation throughout these last 3 months. I've just been taking some progress pictures along the journey, so I'm going to create just a little montage of that just so you guys can see my physique develop over the last 90 days. Otherwise, my physique's feeling good. I feel like I made a lot of progress and I'm really proud of all the hard work that I put in, but you guys will see all that in the next video. So stay tuned and I will see you in the next one.